Welcome to another biblically based look into today's news from Christian Voice New Zealand. Now here's Mike Bain.
Something big is coming our way. Hopefully I'm not alone in sensing it. But over the past few years, there's been a major shift in the political landscape of the world. Now, I've spoken on numerous occasions about the swing to the left for many of the Western nations. Over the last few days, we've seen China install Xi Jinping as its permanent leader. Russia has Vladimir Putin as its full-time leader, but neither of those are democratically run countries anyway. Well, rather than look overseas at how disastrous democracy is in the United States, for example, with Sleepy Joe as their president, or Britain with its 5 prime ministers in 6 years and a new monarch to boot, I'd rather look at New Zealand. Yes, New Zealand. That's its official name. Earlier this year, the Minister of Broadcasting, Willie Jackson, told TV1's Jack Tame on Q&A that democracy in New Zealand has changed. And the sad thing is that Willie was right. No doubt there are several concerns about 3 waters, which is now becoming 5 waters, and Hei Puapua, Maori co-governance. Not sure whether either of these matters sit with the government, but this open and transparent government has buried both issues. They're obviously not on the list of questions the media is allowed to ask. On the Sunday program, recently, an employment recruiter was attempting to persuade American doctors and nurses disillusioned with the ban on abortion to come here and assist with our falling numbers of healthcare professionals. How good is that, one practitioner said. She can perform 40 abortions each day. Like we need this type of skill in this country. But they see New Zealand as a safe country where the laws for abortion are quite liberal. You know, this government, when it stole power from the National Party with the assistance of Winston Peters, claimed they were going to be aspirational. Remember the 100,000 homes would be built under Kiwi Build? Clearly a standout proposition, which soon became a standout failure. 1,800 new police officers by 2020. They've failed because of the high attrition rate in the police. Children would be lifted out of poverty. Ardern and Robertson claim success in this area, except they've fudged the numbers to make it so. Reality is more children now live in impoverished conditions than before this government took office. Recently, we've seen how the pro-governance model works on a small scale over the arrangement of the Te Urewera National Park. The local iwi hasn't allowed the Department of Conservation access to the park to carry out maintenance. Yep, democracy is changing in this country. I said at the outset something big is about to happen. While we sit and lament what is going down here, spare a moment and look globally at what is happening. The leading country for the West, the United States, is divided. Britain is divided, Canada is divided, New Zealand is divided, Australia, oh well, they're always slow, they're getting there. Meanwhile, we get on with our lives in this post-COVID apocalyptic world. While China and Russia have stability within its borders, even though it's a false sense of security, not since the end of World War II have we seen so much insecurity in our world as we do today. China, Russia and North Korea, they butt their chest against the US. But let's not talk about the lack of stability in the Middle East. All of these are the cause of distress to many, but they are world events. But here's the thing, somebody drops a nuke on the South Pacific. Well, we can't do anything about it because our only Air Force plane is still down in Antarctica being repaired. Our naval ship is out of the water being rebranded. And by all accounts, the army may have to act as prison wardens because there's not enough prison wardens. Well, something big is about to happen which will change the world. You could forget about borders, treaties or any other agreements when it does happen. If you think you've lost your rights and freedoms over the past couple of years, it'll pale into significance. This big thing you won't ignore. Its impact will be felt by every person on this planet. While the nations are acting like the dogs of war, as a citizen of New Zealand, it's time that we individually put our house in order. Today we need to look up because this is where our salvation will come from. Indeed, something big is about to happen, but look out for the bigger thing to follow. That'll be the day that Jesus will return to this earth and set up his new kingdom. Now the question is, will you be a part of it?
Thank you for watching. Help us to spread this message by sharing it with your own network. For more information, jump online to our website, christianvoicenewzealand.com.